Welcome, everyone, to the last Warp World episode of World 1-1 podcast for the week of E3 2017. I am your host, as always, Larry. With me, as always, is my partner in crime, Eddie the Nestle Wonderball V. We are
yes!
To bring you the roundup coverage of Nintendo's E3 2017 presentation. And holy shit, did they just pack everything into 25 minutes and then start doing like stealth announcement shit. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, but Nintendo
yeah,
came to play and they clowned. Like, if you was worried what they was going to show, man, they took everybody's worries. Oh, dude.
Like, after that show, I'm sure that dude from the internet popped up, go, hide your kids, hide your wife.
And Larry was talking about in the past episodes that you guys could check out the trifecta that he was hoping for. He did not only get his trifecta, he got a quadruple. Like, he got straight 4 things, and one of them was super unexpected. And I think I think everyone on the internet about
Jesus.
I think everybody on the internet about probably crashed their car, fell on the ground, and was just like, what? So, but we'll get into that. So, we're going to start off Nintendo's E3 press conference. They did a showcase for 25 minutes, and then after they did the Treehouse Live, they announced 2 extra games that were in the showcase. Most of the showcase were for Nintendo Switch, and the 2 games that they actually like stealthily announced were for 3DS. So we're going to talk about that at the end of it. But they had Reggie Fils-Aimé come out. He did a little speech, which was really good. I kind of like his speech and stuff. And they did do a montage, and one of the games that we've been talking for months actually was shown, but we're going to get into that one later. But the actual first game that they started out was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is coming out holiday 2017. So we're thinking about maybe October, November. I'm thinking maybe November. It'd be cool if it comes out December, because Xenoblade Chronicles X came out in December. And wow, does this game look beautiful. For me personally, it has that anime style, but it mixes in some of the Tales game from Bandai Namco. And it also, our good friend Corey Deverick from NGR Radio said it has a feel of Final Fantasy IX with some of the ships. And I love Final Fantasy IX. But Larry, what are your thoughts about it?
So this is a game that there were rumors floating just within the last 2 weeks that this was getting pushed out of 2017, and Nintendo beat the rumor right the fuck down and said, nope, holiday 2017, we got this year on fucking lock.
Yes. And I kind of like at the Treehouse Live when they was talking about the game that they said they understand that the version that they was playing was in Japanese, but the game will have English voice acting. They still are localizing the game, so that's cool that they said that. It's a definitely must buy for me, like hands down.
Oh, it's not my thing, but I can appreciate it, and I think it goes a long ways towards filling out their year one content here. So, it's a big power play for them, I think, to be able to have out, a major RPG to kind of round out their library for year one.
Yes. And before we go on, I have got to say, from actually the Switch's release to the end of the year, Nintendo has every month packed with some amazing games. And we haven't
they do.
We haven't even got like final release dates on indie games. Like the indie games that they got out now, fantastic. If you do not own Fast RMX, Fast Neo RMX, I'm sorry.
No, you got it. Fast RMX.
You need this. You need that game now. Like,
you
literally.
Need Fast RMX. You need Snipper Clips. You got to check out Tumbleseed, Graceful Explosion Machine, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Just Kamiko.
Yes.
Hell, even NBA Playgrounds picked up an update making it a lot more solid than it was. It wasn't horrific when it dropped, but Saber was listening to the feedback and said, you know what, we'll go ahead and fix this. Here you go, fixed.
Yes, yes.
So
Now,
Thumper. Oh my God,
ah,
cannot not talk about Thumper. Jesus Christ, it's so good.
it's super addictive, literally super addictive. And okay, so we're a little bit off course, but we'll get back into the press conference. Larry, I went to go visit him, and he let me play Thumper. And oh my goodness, learn it takes a little while to learn some of the skills, but it's so simple, yet it's so deep. Like good timing in that game. And I felt like I need one more round. I need one more playthrough. I'll be right with you guys. I like Larry could testify. He kept coming
Oh
upstairs
no,
and
you just
downstairs.
can't put that shit down. It's
Yes.
just too good.
Yes.
But yeah, so let's wrangle it back to the show.
Yes. So moving on, Kirby is coming out on Switch. They didn't announce the second Kirby game that's supposed to come out for 3DS. So probably on the next Treehouse Live they may announce that game, or it might be announced later on. But it's a 2D platformer that's going to have, it looks like, multiplayer also in it. It's coming out in 2018. We don't have a month. It looks cute and adorable. I think it may be a remake of the first game, but I'm not fully sure just yet. But it looks cute. It's going to sell.
Yeah, I mean this kind of has the look of Return to Dreamland, which was on the Wii, which was originally supposed to be for the GameCube. Um, I am both happy and sad all at the same time here because I love Kirby. I love like classic looking Kirby like this, but God, it's too soon for the Switch to die. You can't just whip out the Harbinger of Death 9 months into your console. No.
Uh, it. I
But
can't.
you know, this may speak to trying to change the fortune of Kirby.
Can
So we'll see what happens.
Can I say they need to drop it in October of next year? Because when people find out a new Kirby game comes out, it sells. Like kids eat it up. And it becomes like, definitely at my job, it's like one of the biggest sellers. And still some of the DS games and even the Wii games was still selling after the Wii U was out. So that says
Yeah.
something. Yeah. But it's a beautiful, nice little platformer. But this kind of shook everybody. So the Pokemon Company came out and they talked a little bit. They didn't show anything yet about Pokemon Tournament DX. But
this shit right here, dude. Like, you know, last week we got the Pokemon Direct
yes.
with Pokemon Tournament DX and with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and with Gold and Silver, and we all kind of went, this is not what we wanted.
This is what I wanted.
And then they turned around and said, here you go. This is what you wanted. Here, have this now.
So
they won't officially call it Stars, but they're saying now, you know, announcement comes official from the Pokemon Company that they are working on a core mainline Pokemon RPG for the Switch.
It's coming in a year, so but I'm assuming that it's going to be 2018. It's going to be in November, because I think Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon is also in November.
I don't know. A lot of times Pokemon is traditionally either like summer or fall, so that could be a little oddball.
The side games are the main games come out mostly, because
Summer and fall, dude.
But it would be fall if it hits November.
That's winter. November is winter.
Well, I'm
going to teach you your seasons later, Eddie.
Smack.
Yeah, so no.
But
this Pokemon people got what they wanted.
And I have to say this, if Nintendo gets enough Switches in where they could really meet demand, they already got 2018 holiday Christmas sold out. Like if they already did 4 million for Pokemon Sun and Moon, let's see what they do for Ultra this year. But the Switch, people are going to buy that system so that their kids could play that core game. If you're an adult who is into Pokemon and you were just like, well, I don't really, play handheld or consoles, really buy Nintendo stuff. If this game like blows everybody's mind at E3 next year, it's an automatic win. It's an automatic sale, and Nintendo already dominated 2018 for this holiday.
Yeah, no, I mean, Nintendo is just ensured that they are going to repeat what they did with the Wii, where it's going to be a year and a half, 2 years in, and you're still having to hunt for these consoles at this point.
And like I said, and they're doing their best to meet the man. They're trying their best. So a new Pokemon core game coming in the year. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. I don't think it's gonna be sprite based. I hope it is like really 3D based. And maybe
you would think it would, because they've started getting away from that on the 3DS even.
Yeah. Do you think Pokemon Coliseum style? For the look of it, for the battles and stuff.
Maybe.
Okay. But then, oh my goodness, how they just literally smacked everybody across the face, rolled out the red carpet, came out looking pristine, and you're like, what are they doing?
I saw it, and I'm just like, I can't get my hopes up. I can't do this again. It's been too many goddamn times. And then,
hold on, you have to describe. Go ahead and describe it.
It's black and it's blue, and the camera pulls back a little, and you see some stars and some kind of like nebulous clouds things, and I'm like, I want to believe, but I can't believe, because every time I do, it hurts. Nintendo, you've hurt me. You're like that abusive relationship I just can't quit, you dirty bastards. Then it pulls back some more, and the clouds kind of start to line up, and I'm like, it kind of looks like and it pulls back some more, and the clouds solid up into the Screw Attack S, and then smack over it comes that nice black 4 and that blue glow of magic, and it slides to the side, and the music comes, and it's fucking Metroid Prime 4 in development for the Switch. Like, you dirty bastards!
And they played the Super Metroid music. Once they played that, I lost it all.
Oh, they did. That was Prime music.
I thought that was Super Metroid.
Prime music.
It sounded like Super Metroid.
No, that was Prime music. You go back and listen to that again. I will tell you right now.
Let me tell you, I'm going to rewatch this conference, because I need to lose my stuff again. I'm still on cloud 9, because I thought it was the Super Metroid music, because I heard something and I'm just like, that sounds like Super Metroid. And if I know this is a Prime game, but
no, dude, you heard the theme music from Prime 1.
Oh no, see, I thought it was Super Metroid, because only wanted the music from Super Metroid, and I don't care. I'm not saying that it's gonna be like Super Metroid. I just wanted to hear the music and be like, oh, they're using 16-bit old music, and like.
No. You got that with their later announcement, but we'll get there.
See, I didn't hear that part, but yeah.
So
Metro Prime 4.
One thing notable, it did say, currently in development for Nintendo Switch. No date. They didn't even put a 2018 on there. So I mean, this is likely a ways out. But of particular interest, the logo not attached to that was Retro Studios, and I've gotten confirmation that this is 100% not coming from Retro Studios. Now, the word is, this part I have not been able to lock down confirmation on yet, but the word is that Kensuke Tanabe is still attached to this.
Yes.
And he's leading up a new team, and this is being done supposedly in-house in Kyoto. So that still leaves the big question up in the air of what the fuck has Retro been doing?
They've been working on their new IP. And so, because my thing is, I don't think they were ready to show it. If they are going to show it, it has to be this the last day of True. Because is there two?
Yeah, the 15th, they're running Treehouse all 3 days.
Okay, so the 15th is the last. Like if I was Nintendo, and I hate to say this, I would want to close this show with the retro game. Whether it's good or bad, people love Retro Studios. I think they're one of the top developers Nintendo has. Of course, I like Anuma's team and I love all the teams from Nintendo, but Metroid Prime is still just like perfect in a sense. And I
Oh,
look
yeah.
at everything that they have came out with. I have brought it. Prime 1, 2, 3, Donkey Kong Country, and Tropical
Properties.
Freeze. Um, like I brought those games all from retro. I didn't buy the 3DS ones, and I really cannot wait to see what they do next.
Now, I will say that while they didn't show anything other than just a teaser with a logo, um, for those that have been paying attention, interviews with Tanabe, he's talked about what he would want to do with Metroid Prime 4. So we've got a pretty good idea of where this game is going story wise. And there, if you go back to those interviews, he's talked about the fact that he wants to get into the connection between Samus and Sylix. Sylix was one of the six hunters from Metroid Prime Hunters on the original DS, who's apparently got a beef with Samus and the Federation, though they never really got into exactly the nature of said issue. And so I think we're going to see more of that because that's really the big loose thread from the end of Corruption. For those that have not seen it, you can plug your ears for about 30 seconds, but you'll see Samus flying off of Elysia in her gunship, and then Sylix booking it right after her. So I think that's where we're picking up. I also strongly think that that's what we're looking at because if you look at the blue glow coming off of the four in that teaser, it's not that light wavy phase-on look. It's
Mm-hmm.
got a little darker, sharper edge to it, much more akin to the look of Silex. So
Okay.
I think that's where this is going.
Um, I know we talked about this earlier. Um, does she still have the phase out on her suit? For Metro Prime 3, or did it her phase out on the suit disappear?
Well, all of the phase-on is gone.
Uh huh.
That all went away when the planet was destroyed, planet phase. And so now whether or not the PED attachment is still there, they don't really get into. But I can only fathom they she's removed it at this point because what's the point? Because now there's nothing to fuel it.
Okay. So yeah, man, and pretty much that's when Nintendo was just like I said, slap everybody. A core Pokemon game, Metroid Prime 4, Xenoblade Chronicles X2 looking good, Kirby looking good, and then they brought out Yoshi 2018. Well, yeah, I guess I could call it that. Yeah, so the new Yoshi game is kind of 2D, 3D platformer for Switch. Really looks good. People wondering why it don't have that Woolly World look. At times it looks that way, but other times it's not. Of course, I'm definitely buying it. Any thoughts about Yoshi's? Yoshi's.
Yoshi is always fucking adorable. How can you not want a new Yoshi game ever? Um, we've got a new Yoshi game. It looks to be dropping the yarn aesthetic and going for more of a paper look.
hmm
Um, I can't say with definity yet that they are 100% dropping the entire yarn thing, but it certainly looks to be going that way. But either way, what they showed was pretty. It looks playful, cheerful, colorful, all the classic charm that you expect from a Nintendo game.
And I feel like they're probably gonna use the yarn Yoshis for Amiibo. They'll probably bring in
More
some
than
new
likely.
Yoshi. Yeah, because I think there's like five. No, yeah, there's like five Yoshis that's out. It's the three Woolly World ones, the original Yoshi from Smash, and then the Yoshi from Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
And the Mega Yarn Yoshi.
yeah, but you can't use the Mega Yarn Yoshi in a game. That's only to keep. Uh, So yeah, it looks beautiful. Super excited. Before we get into the rest of it, they did show Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, but we already discussed that at the Ubisoft press conference. So the fight they
I
next
kind of thought it was a little bit odd that they spent any time on that, really, other than just, here, have a quick trailer. Um, Given how much time they spent with that at the Ubisoft show, really.
yeah um they probably
That seemed
was
like an odd choice.
just just to remind everybody, or it was just to fill in like a transition almost. Fire Emblem Warriors is coming out fall 2017. It looks like they're adding I think Fire Emblem Awakening and Fates together. There might be some other characters from the game. It's a Warriors game. It looks good. It looks fun to play.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and it's already, another game for 2017. We're packing this year full. Holy shit.
yes. Um, the next they showed Breath of the Wild DLC. They showcased the first DLC, and then after that they showcased the second DLC, which is supposed to be the additional stories. So the four beasts that you like kind of like are like the main dungeons. Those four characters that help you defeat Ganon or weaken Ganon, they'll be playable. I think they'll probably all have their own story. They didn't show any kind of gameplay. Uh, I everybody's assuming Zelda is being able to be played, but we don't know yet. And you'll also get those four guardians as amiibo. So anyone who bought the season pass, June 30th will be the first DLC pack. They showed the trials part of it, which looks really good. I really like how they did it. And it looks like they are not playing around. You're gonna work to get this Master Sword. I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah, no, the Master Trials just looks nothing short of fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I'm more pumped for DLC Pack 2, but we'll get there in a minute. But I will say though that this isn't, for the most part, really anything that we hadn't seen or known about prior,
Hmm.
because they had already released all the details for the DLC Pack 1. Really, the only new news is that they put a date on it at this point, and
Yeah.
that's coming up here at the end of the month.
Yeah, and they actually just showed some of the stuff that you'll be able to do, and like the sort of the trial of the sword or stuff like that. Just showing that.
Hmm.
They kind of showed off a little bit of the hard mode. I thought it was funny when Link threw the axe at the little octopus thing, and it hit it and dropped the platform into the ground. I was just like, oh, physics. I forgot about this engine. And it's just,
Hmm.
oh, that game is just so wonderful. So yeah,
Get ready to go back and spend a whole lot more time in that game all over again, guys.
and I feel like that what they showed, that $20 is worth the season pass. To me
Hmm.
personally. Uh, any thoughts, Larry, about that?
My only thought is that I don't know that I would have paid $20 for the Master Trials, but I'm thinking I probably would have paid the $20 for the DLC Pack 2,
Hmm.
um, the uh, the Champions DLC, with some new story stuff with a focus on the four champions, um, uh, Daruk, Rivali. I'm blanking for a minute here. Uh, Mifa and oh, what the hell is her name? The snarky, sarcastic one.
Uh,
Um, the Thunder one. You know who the fuck I mean.
yeah.
But in any case, they're not showing a whole lot on it. They're not talking a whole lot about it yet. Just saying that it's coming later this year, and that we're also going to be getting some god awesome, just fantastic looking new amiibos of the four champions. And oh my god, that Daruk one looks so good.
Yes, it
It
looks
looks
really good.
huge.
It's, and
Jesus, it looks huge.
and hopefully Nintendo restocks the first set of the Breath of the Wild amiibo, because they are kind of hard to find. And it would be good to get
Yeah,
like
they are.
that whole Breath of the Wild restock with the new amiibo. So yeah, we don't have a date for the new amiibo just yet. I'm expecting when the new DLC drops, which will probably be on a Thursday. But I'm expecting a Friday for that amiibo to drop because normally when they bring it out, it's on a Friday. So we shall see. They'll probably do another direct later on. I'm thinking September or maybe October. They'll do another direct, and we'll get more info about that. Moving on. Now, this was in the trailer. Me and Larry and even Adrian, we've been talking about this so much. Rocket League is officially coming to Nintendo Switch. It's releasing holiday 2017. There's going to be customization. There's going to be crossplay.
It's going to be everything that's in every other version here on the Switch, plus a couple of exclusive goodies to deck out your car with.
Yes. So,
it's everything that you wanted.
And they were just like, the fans called and we listened. No, it's not that we called. We knew that this had to happen. You was just
go back. Dude. There's been press release that they said
I think
we are looking.
I think they were under NDA when they made that thing, because there's no way. I'm like, you just talked about this. They asked you about Rocket League earlier, probably by the time Switch was actually released, because it had to be about 3 or 4 months that they were asking would Rocket League come to Switch, and they had to be working on getting this game ported to that system. There's no way, there is literally no way that you bring that little piece and then a Mario hat comes up. No, you've been working on this game. I think they were just under NDA and they couldn't officially announce it. I think they was working on their marketing. That's me. That's my idea.
So, but no, it's other tidbit for those of you that are going on Amazon looking for it. It is up for pre-order on Amazon. There is a placeholder price tag on Amazon of $59.99. There has been confirmation that it is going to be $20 across the board, same as the other platforms. Now, whether or not that also applies to a physical release on the Switch, or whether or not that sees the $10 Switch tax, is as yet unknown.
Yeah. Because even PlayStation 4, Xbox One, they're still $29.99 physically. So,
right.
We shall see for that. I think with Rocket League, it would just be better to buy the DLC unless they give you some goodies.
Nope, I want a hard copy.
Well, that's the thing about it. If they give some goodies for the hard copy and it's $39.99, I would be cool if they did a soundtrack or something.
Oh God, yes! Give me the soundtrack, because I love the soundtrack to that. But goodies or no goodies, I want the hard copy.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm going all hard copy on my Switch wherever possible.
Okay. And they ended out this press conference with Mario Odyssey, which is officially being announced that, or Super Mario Odyssey, which has an actual release date of October 27th. They show more of the gameplay where Mario throwing the hat is very important. At points, Mario will go into the wall and when it would turn into 8-bit Super Mario Brothers, like for the original NES. You can throw your hat on certain items and actually turn into that item. So, the bullet bill, when it comes out, you could throw the hat, turn into that, and some other things. They started out with a jazzy thing, like song, and I literally wanted, Bowser in the game is wearing this white outfit, zoot suit kind of style with a white top hat. And oh my goodness, the amiibo looks phenomenal. The Bowser one is going to sell out.
Pimp Suit Bowser. Told y'all it's got to be a thing.
Oh, and anyone who, before we go anymore, if you go on YouTube, they have like a Japanese commercial where Mario and his crew are in different like outfits, colorful outfits. It's the style, and Bowser is in kind of almost that same thing, but he don't have the hat. His hair is kind of like really flat and like nice. It's a very colorful commercial, and ever since I seen that, I wanted Bowser like that. And I said during the conference, if they have got to give me a Bowser in that white suit, that's what they want. And Nintendo's completely delivering it to me. First day, a must buy. Like, and I have to have
Oh,
Bowser at home.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And coming as early as the end of October, no less, too. Jesus
Yes.
Christ. Like, normally this is the kind of thing that, not that long ago, really, that Nintendo would have said, here's our holiday game. This is our push. End of story. We'll see y'all next year.
Yes.
And then, no, we've got stuff coming after that still from Nintendo. Like, Jesus. I don't know what the hell is going on over there, but somebody finally lit a fire under their ass and it shows.
Well, I think they've been working hard to get games ready. Um, th- this is going to put them. This is going to make them buku bucks. I'm sorry.
This begs the question, can they keep this pacing up for the years to come?
If what they got planned for holiday 2018, definitely with Metroid and Pokemon leading the pack, if they can deliver on that, we'll be good to go. Now,
You don't
2019.
know that Metroid is 18 because they didn't seem all that hesitant to put out 2018 stamps on
Well,
games for 2018, and Prime 4 didn't get one of those monikers.
Well, with Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon, well, what I'm saying leading as in that's going to be like the main discussion in 2018 for Nintendo that we're all going to talk about. So we know that at least we could when we talk about Metroid, we know there's something cooking up in Metroid Prime. When we talk about Pokemon, we know there's something cooking up on Pokemon for Switch. So we have like two placement games that we could talk about, and hopefully we see them at next E3. Now release dates we don't know yet. But at least like maybe Kirby and Yoshi could fill in some of the gaps to help, you know, to help those two placement games. But
Hmm.
like if they show like to me like Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon, I can understand going dark because they said it's in development. I'm fine with them just showing that title screen. I want a big push of it on next E3 and then start doing directs on it. If we don't get it in 2018, I'll be fine with that. You know, as long as we actually see something for those games. Um, so yeah, so that was the conference, the showcase part. Then they went into some 3DS ones. I'm going to start off with they showed Mario and Luigi Super Saga and Bowser's Minions. So this is a remake of the first Mario and Luigi Superstar game, and then Bowser Minions is like it looks like a mini game in a way. It looks cute. It's fun. It's a Mario Luigi game.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mario and Luigi on GBA was a great game that absolutely deserves to be revisited.
Yes. So,
So,
but unexpectedly, out of the blue, after everybody just got done off the floor for being pin slapped on Metro Prime 4, there was an atomic bomb of jaw dropping WTFs and people like literally eyes glued to the screen. Because what Nintendo dropped and showed is
their
the
first stealth announcement of the show.
of the show. And I'm not going to be able to give it justice. I only can put it right there. I have to hand this one over to Larry because only he could give it justice. Larry, please take it away, and then I'll fill in.
So here we get an announcement and a trailer for the 3DS. This green plating, and I'm sitting there going, okay. You hear kind of this almost bone grinding sound as this plating moves, in pieces, and it. I'm sitting there thinking, I'd like to think this is what I think it is, but again, I just got Prime 4. There's no way in hell that the rumors honestly hold true at this point. It's too fucking much to ask. And it pulls out, and we see this cavern, and I see a very familiar but just slightly off looking little frog monster creature thing, and then in fucking swoops in the larva Metroid, and we it's I'm like, this goes one of two ways. This is either the dream, we're finally getting Dread, or Nintendo is taking it back a step, and they took it back a step, and we're getting Nintendo's official retelling of Metroid 2: Return of Samus with their new game, Metroid Samus Returns. So we're going back to SR 388. We're jumping into the planet. We are going to commit fucking genocide and wipe out a species. And looking at it, they not only gave us the trailer, but they gave us a substantial amount of gameplay demo
Yes.
as well. I mean, you saw a lot. There were
Seven
little snippets.
7 minutes worth of gameplay.
Yeah, substantial. And you saw a lot. You definitely saw that they were looking at a couple things um, that were never addressed originally, like why is it when you kill a Metroid that suddenly there's an earthquake and all the lava goes down? Now there's a mechanism, there's a device for that to kind of build it in a little more. There's a few things that I kind of looked at and went, I'm not super keen on this yet, but maybe it'll feel better when I play it. Like there seems to be way too many doors in between screens because that was not something there in the original for the most part.
And the doors
It
look
was, it
different
was
in this game.
Yeah, they do. There's a big aesthetic change. And that's the other thing. We are talking about a side-scrolling 2D platformer, but it is a full 3D rendered polygonal game. So it's kind of like they took hints of the art style of Other M
Mm-hmm.
and turned it into a full-blown 2D side-scroll recreation of Metroid 2. You've got some really cool, sweeping cinematic stuff when like some of the Metroid evolutions, come swooping into the screen. Um, it looks substantial. I have yet to, and I'm going to as soon as we finish here. I got to plug in my 3DS so I can actually go scope the trailer in 3D and
Yeah, me too.
see how the depth on it looks and works. But yeah, that's coming in fucking September. Nintendo has made it abundantly clear, even though they didn't talk about it in their presser this year, that they are going to do everything in their power to prop it up. And this is a big announcement for that. Between the fact that they're doing another round of installments for Pokemon on the 3DS coming this year, and now we've got this coming with a special edition with a reversible cover and a 25-track soundtrack packed into the box as well. I will give you the heads up. I've already pre-ordered my copy. That special edition is going to run you an extra $10. So that special edition is going to clock in at a $50
$50.
price. Yeah.
Uh,
So,
and
but yeah,
because I'm gonna
jump
let you
on.
before you go, because I'm gonna let you announce the really special part of all of this. This game is being developed. I know this is crazy. So, this game is being developed by Mercury System, and if people know, Mercury System did the Castlevania,
I think it is.
yeah, for the 3DS before they
Lords of
did,
Shadow.
yeah, before they did the sequel for PS4. So I know a lot of people, they had problems with that second Castlevania game. It looks like this Metroid is really like kind of almost an apology, but also probably get back into good graces. So I'm glad that they're working with them. Some of the new attacks that they do, Samus could defend kind of like by throwing a shield thing and knocking them back, and
There's a
also
lot of new powers.
there was like a red line. I don't know if that's missile or if that's like extra for her bullets and stuff.
That's there for the full 360 aiming now. So it's not just up, down, left, right, and diagonals. You've got a full 360 aim for her arm cannon for the first time in a 2D Metroid game here, kind of a la Shadow Complex. Is
Ooh.
what it looks like a little bit if you go back and take a glance at it. But all the powers seem to be there in full force. Um,
Now,
I will say the one thing that I saw that I'm like, I don't like the way it looks is I was a little sad at the way the spider ball looks. but if that's my only niggling complaint, I'll live.
You'll be fine. Now, once again, I'm holding it back to Larry, and then we're going to end the show because what they showcase pretty much just made everybody cream their pants. So, Larry, they're doing something special. What is it that they're doing?
We are getting two beautiful new amiibos. One is the a baby Metroid larva, broken out of its containment canister, sitting on some rock. And I'll get back to that in a second. The other, though, is a new Samus amiibo of her in her classic Metroid 2 Return of Samus pose.
Yes.
One knee down, arm propped up, full of badassery, which is the same pose that they're going with for the cover work for Samus Returns here. And so, but getting back to that little Metroid amiibo, oh my god, the membrane on the Metroid, it's fucking squishy! It's squishy, damn it! It goes squishy, squishy, squishy.
Yes. So the two new amiibos that's coming out is an actual Metroid with a squishy head. That's probably gonna sell out everywhere. So if you want that one, you better be at the stores when they open. And this Samus in her original pose. Man, when I seen that, I was just like, "Oh my goodness, this is beautiful." So in this conference, we got what I think 7 new amiibo. No, we got was it 5 or was it 6 for the Zelda? Or because I know it was the 4 Guardians.
4 Guardians for Zelda.
Zelda, the 5 for Mario Odyssey and Mario Luigi, that's 9, and then the 2 ones. Yep. So we got 11, and still we gotta get Bayonetta, Corbin, and what's his name from Final Fantasy VII, Cloud. So that's like 14 new amiibo coming and coming soon. I'm definitely buying both of the amiibo for Metroid Return Samus. So, and for people who, let's see, you would have regular Metroid, you would have Metroid 2, the Game Boy version, you would have Return of Samus in September. Samus Returns, I'm sorry. For those who got a PC, AM2R, you would have you got the Prime Collection still on your Wii U. You got Other M. You got Super Metroid. You got Metroid Fusion. You got Metroid Zero Mission. Hunters you don't have. Hunters is not out yet. You got Federation Force and the pinball game you don't have. So Hunters and the Metroid Pinball are the only 2 Metroids that you don't have. But if you own a Nintendo system, you have pretty much the whole collection out now. Besides Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, it's a good day. God damn it, it's a good day.
So that was the that was the Nintendo showcase. To me, it's a 5 out of 5 Yoshi coins, just plus everything, just blood, just running everywhere. Just like I got amazing amiibo, unexpected Metroid games that I thought that I literally, and Larry, you could even say that I said this. I thought Metroid they wouldn't show this year, but they would show it next year. So I'm somewhat right with, but 2 Metroid games, no one would think of Samus Returns coming to 3DS. Like that came out of nowhere.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, in part the cease and desist last year with AM2R, in part is a lot of lawyers being lawyers doing their thing, but it makes a lot of sense too that they go, motherfuckers, we've got something, just can't say yet.
I think it's a coincidence. I think that was going to happen. But
I think it's a little half and half.
Yeah,
and I will say too, I've been kind of tweeting back and forth with Milton and with Steve, and I posted up there very publicly. I said, honestly, I don't think Samus Returns would have happened had it not been for the fact that AM2R came out with such just fanfare showing that we really do fucking want this. God, make it, and we'll hand you money.
And everybody's throwing coins. Everybody got their
This
ATM
is
card.
where we need to install that new thing from Devolver Digital where I can just start throwing money at the screen.
Pretty much everybody probably was doing this because everything that Nintendo showed, I was just like, I'm going to be broke. This is how bad it was. I was telling Corey, I was just like, I hope people call in to work so I can make sure that I could come into work to get that chunk, to get my coins, so that I have that extra money for those video games. You don't want to come to work? Let me come in. Let me take you a good 4 hours because that's some money for me to get my game. You just paid off my Metroid and you just paid off the Amiibo. So everybody, Larry, did you want to rate it or are you still waiting for our final show?
No, we'll do roundup. And actually, I think if you're good with it, let's do roundup on Friday after everything's closed, and we'll see about getting that posted up Saturday morning there, because Sunday also joining us are going to be the fine folks from Pencil Test Studios,
Yes.
makers of Armacrog.
Yes, I was listening to some of their music from the Neighborhood. Oh, it's so good. It's just so good.
Oh, isn't it the best?
Yes.
Go back and the other one you need to go listen to that's attached to that, man. Go and find the bonus room song from Skull Monkeys. It is the greatest thing you've ever heard.
Oh, I will. So everybody, you can find
the greatest.
You can find us on Twitter at world1_1 podcast. You can email the show at world101podcast@gmail.com. Check out more of our episodes at world101 podcast on Shout Engine. Larry, take it away. Any other plugs?
You're going to find us, like Eddie said, at our home on shoutengine.com. You'll also find us on iTunes, Google Play Music, Podknife, DNA Network, as well as coming up here real shortly. I just got confirmation that we're going up on NGR Radio, as well as there was one more that just escaped me and it went right out of my head. Fuck it, it's somewhere there. Anyways, other than that, hit the like button on the Facebook page there, get all the news reviews and giveaways and everything else that we do up there. I'm going to be posting all kinds of roundup news on the Facebook page. So if there's anything from E3 that you missed, like the press conferences, some of the biggest trailers and gameplay demos, we're going to get all that posted up on the Facebook page. Also, join the conversation, join the forums on the on our Facebook group there. Jump on in and let's hear what all you guys have to say about E3 2017 this year. Guys, that's it for all the Warp World stuff this week with E3 2017, with all the pressers having come to a close. We'll be back with a roundup later this week, and then it's back to our regular schedule of putting out new episodes Mondays for your amusement to help you suffer through the rest of your week. So, guys, thank you so much for being with us.
Yes.
Thank you to anybody new that's joining us for the first time. I hope some of you have enjoyed some of the live tweet stuff that we've been doing throughout the week for the press conferences. Again, as breaking news becomes available, as any other little announcements slip out there, we'll make sure that we get them out to you on the Facebook page. Yep. Yeah, that's it.
And you guys can follow me personally on Twitter at that retrocode, and you can hear my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud. But like Larry said, that's it. Guys, we'll see you for the final wrap up, and everybody have a great day, have a great night, weekend, whatever. Nintendo, you killed it. You just killed E3. You ended E3 on such a good note. Metroid Prime 4 and Metroid 7's Returns with the Amiibos. So with that, everybody, we will talk to you later, and we'll see you next time on World 101 Podcast. Bye.
Peace.